Hey, what's up guys? Grim here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about running sanctums. Now, we have specifically an Atlas strategy set up for this, and it's very nice indeed. And the strategy is singular focus plus wandering path. It's pretty simple. Get all of the small passives on the tree, and with our small passives, we have basically a guarantee to drop in a map that is connected and a good chance for it to duplicate. Now, how this works is pretty simple. On our Atlas, we have favorited Atoll and Coves basically down the line every other, so that way these maps will always drop the other. You'll see when you look at Coves and you look at Atoll, these are connected maps. And why did I choose these maps? Is because they are very small layouts, very consistent layouts, and you can always bum rush the Sanctum, grab your Sanctum, and get out, because that's all we really care about. Now, when we're looking at the strategy, I'm going to showcase basically where the Sanctums can spawn in the map and how you go about doing this. This is a scour and go strategy. This is basically wipe the mods. All we're going for is straight to the Sanctum and we're getting out. Occasionally on maps like Coves, or sometimes if it's a bad spawn on Atoll, you'll run around a little bit more than usual, and on those few maps that happens, you'll get a lot more maps and you'll sustain your maps from it. I have never once had to buy maps with this strategy. It's simply about getting in, getting the Sanctum as fast as possible, and getting out. We don't care about the regular game. We're here to play Sanctum because Sanctum is fun, and I really like it. I'm freaking addicted to Sanctum. So, to begin with, on Atoll, if you look around this first main area, I already found it, but I was going to say, in this first main area, there's about, I want to say, 4 or 6 spawn points. Basically, if you go around this square, there's roughly like 4 spawn points for the Sanctum. It's either going to be in this corner, it's going to be in this corner, it's going to be in this corner, or it's going to be in this corner. So usually, most maps, it'll be right here in this first area. You'll see it right away. If it's not here, you go straight on through to the next area. Oh, Val Smite's a good skill. Val Smite is a good skill. I freaking love it. Anyways, you go straight on through to the next square area, and there's a couple spawn points up here. So basically, you're going in this short straight line. Usually, it's in the first area. If it's not there, usually it's in this area. Okay, that's going to cover about, I want to say, 80-75% of the spawn chance is just right in these two areas. Now, if it isn't here, it has basically 4 other possible spawn points which are in each of the corners of the map. Normally, it's a higher chance for it to be, from my experience, just rough guessing, it's a higher chance for it to be up in this corner, or then going down around and like this. And then, of course, if you didn't find it in either of those two corners, you go all the way and you finish basically your run around the map, and you go all the way through here. One thing I like about this is it's very easy to just go in and tag the boss really quick, kill the boss, and then get out. So the strategy is pretty simple. You know where all the spawn points are. They're very quick, they're very short. It's a very nice map layout. Coves is a little less consistent in that basically it can spawn at, like, I don't know if it's like 8 spawn points in a circle around your portal, but it's still a very small map. Usually I go straight to the left, and a lot of times it's like right there, you know, just boom, you're in, you're out. That's all you gotta do. Now, the important thing about this strategy is we always want to progress our Eater of Worlds, basically progress. So you'll see that cyan sort of poof of energy that went out. That's basically if you kill like 50 monsters, that'll proc basically your progress to your Screaming Invitations. Screaming Invitations in bulk go for about close to 0.7, 0.8 divines is what I got for them. I was able to sell like 14 for 11 divines, which was a massive amount of currency because we're going through so much maps. We're going through so much maps that you just get through it pretty fastly. Now, if we didn't find the basically the Sanctum right away, we would have just started basically going around the map, and the boss here, very easy to just go in, tag, and get out, and then just keep going around the boss and just looking, because once you make this circle, which it's a pretty small circle, right? It's always going to spawn somewhat closer to the center, so you don't have to go on the edge, just in this like circle right here, the path I'm taking. You'll find it. It's not a very big map. It's a very quick layout. Point is, our whole strategy revolves around getting in, killing just enough monsters to spawn the progress on Eater of Worlds, and that's basically when you see that cyan poof go out on the map, and then find the Sanctum and get out, or find the Sanctum first and then kill a few more monsters and then get out. With my character, I also have a special setup to make it so I don't have to worry about portal scrolls, and it's actually very quick for basically getting out of a map, and that is on our alternate weapon swap. We have a portal gem inside a trigger socket spell. I love this tech. I'm glad I got introduced to it. I first got this tech from my friend Theros. I gotta give him credit, man. It gives me 100 ideas every freaking league. He always has really smart ideas, and then this is another one of them, which is trigger socketed spell plus portal gem, and then in your other weapon or shield or whatever, you have vortex. It's an instant cast. So all I have to do when I'm ready to leave the map is to I have a weapon swap. I have it on basically the side button on my mouse is my keybind. So I do the weapon swap, and the second I cast the vortex, the portal's up. So you'll notice whenever we finish, that's all I have to do. I don't have to go to my inventory. I don't have to go click the portal scroll. It's super clean. Don't have to worry about managing that. And it's just another way where I can go in, get the thing, get out. We found the Sanctum first. Now we just go over. We go and we kill some monsters, and we get the spawn. So you see there, we got the spawn. We weapon swap, and then we get out. I kind of messed it up a little bit, but you see what I'm talking about. It's just a matter of we just keep going in these white scoured maps. And the other benefit of this mechanic, or this plan, this strategy, because we're doing white scoured maps and we can sustain just because of our Atlas, this means we can invest into a character that is better in Sanctum. And when I mean better in Sanctum, I mean Glass Cannon. Sanctum is a league mechanic that doesn't care really too much about defenses. What you really want to have is a character that can do damage, okay? You want to be able to do damage. So if you're running white maps, you don't necessarily have to have as tanky of a character. You're just going in, getting out. This lets you make a character that's not as tanky as it would normally be and still be very good at Sanctum, because you can invest into what, you know, a build would be good at for Sanctum, which is getting in, getting out. That's all we really care about. Sanctum, in my opinion, is this has to be one of my favorite mechanics, maybe of all time. For sure within the last 3 years, this is my favorite mechanic. So, and I started in Breach League, for example, and I just love this mechanic. And as you can see, it's just a matter of get in, get out, find the Sanctum pretty fast. We didn't spawn the thing, so we just go over, we kill a few more monsters, and then boom, there's the proc for the spawn, and then we get out. It's pretty simple. You can see we find the Sanctum super fast, and this is basically we just bum rush until we have our full storage of 8 rooms, and then we go in for a Sanctum run. I think this is probably the best strategy in terms of if you don't want to trade and all you want to do is grind strategy. I don't think there's faster layouts you can ping pong in between. This is, in my opinion, the fastest to do so. And usually, as you can see, we find the Sanctum within the first few steps of the map a lot of times. Sometimes there will be layouts with Atoll, or there will be layouts with Coves where we don't find it right away. But even when we don't find it right away, there's still such short map layouts that we will get around to it still within a short amount of time. Hopefully, we'll try this Atoll real quick. We will see if it gives me a layout where it's not... Okay, never mind. The strategy's too good. As you can see, it's usually, like, within the first few screens you find it. Obviously, there are ones where we'd have to run around the whole map, yada, yada, yada. And that's okay. Now, another side benefit, just tertiary benefits. Okay, this strategy isn't focused on making currency, but we do actually make a decent amount of currency with the strategy. If you're running Sanctums quickly, Sanctums on average, for me, I'm dropping around at least 2 divines in currency on average, because a lot of times you get 2 divines. A lot of times when you're doing Sanctums, you get 2 divines as a reward, and other times you get basically like 100 chaos or 50 stack decks plus, you know, 30 sextants, stuff like that. That adds up, and there's always a lot of currency, even when you don't get the divine rewards. And if you're going through this quickly, that adds up. Not only does that add up, but you also get the benefit of stacking Eater invitations or Searing Exarch invitations. I recommend Eater, and the reason I do is because we're not full clearing the maps. All we care about is the Sanctum. That being said, a lot of times there will be Eater altars that spawn. There is one altar, the Divine Altar for boss or minion. If that spawns, we run the whole map. So in my opinion, if you're running like the entire map and you're just going for full clears, Eater or Exarch with the crazy amount of chaos you drop regularly is probably a solid play. But if we're doing what we're doing, which is we're not caring about running the map, we're not caring about getting all the tertiary extra rewards. If we read the thing and it has the big reward we care about, then we take the extra time and run the whole map. So we stack up Eater invitations very quickly. This pays a decent amount because we run every full Sanctum. We do at least a full basically run of Eater, and you have to make sure to pay attention to when you're running the invitation. When you get to that full blue bar, make sure you kill the boss, because that's the one that's going to drop the invitation. You don't want to overrun that and not get your invitation. That's pretty important. And then on top of that, another benefit that I've noticed from this strategy, and I don't know if this is something that's been a change drop rate or if it's this strategy. I think it's this strategy from when I've talked to people on stream about it. I haven't heard other people say they get a lot of memories, but I'm getting a ton of memories. I've gotten 3 of the Harvest Beast ones. I think I've gotten 1 or 2 of the Harvest, basically seed ones, and I've gotten all these ones here for memories. Memories seem to drop pretty often. Basically my example is last league, I think I dropped 1 or 2 memories total. This league I've already dropped like 15 memories throughout going through and just doing this strategy. So there's something to do with the attached map drops that makes memories more common. I think that's my theory. Maybe I've just got extremely lucky in memories, but this is just my example of that's another side benefit I didn't know was going to be there. And it's a pretty nice one because those memories can get value. I don't know how expensive like the harvest memory is, for example, but it represents something like 10 to 15,000 seeds when you actually run one of those. It's very, very good. I ran it myself just so I could be able to do random recipes when I need to, like change a resistance here or there and fix my gear and not have to go buy seeds. So that's another side benefit. And then of course you get a decent amount of map sustain in this, and then occasionally you get guardian maps here and there. You don't get Shaper and Elder Guardians, or no, you get Elder Guardians, you don't get Shaper Guardians, you get Conquerors. You get Conquerors and Elder Guardians. Because of the singular focus, it disables basically Shaper Guardians for dropping, but I think it's well worth it for just the not care, just feels good playstyle, just throwing a map, go, throwing a map, go, throwing a map, go. I don't have to think about alching, I don't think I have to think about rolls, I don't have to think about trading, none of that even matters, I just go. So I share this strategy. It's probably not the most optimized strategy. There's probably better strategies out there, but I've had a lot of people asking me about it, and I've really enjoyed using it. So I figured I would share it here, and then if you want to use it for yourself for just an easy, you don't have to care, you don't have to look at the map mods, just scour and go. Here you go. That's the strategy I use for farming Sanctum. And until next video. Shoot, how does Grim end videos? My Grim impersonation fell off like within like 1 minute of this video. Whatever. Thanks for watching. As always, take care, Exiles. Peace out. Real quick, I'm cutting this into video just to show I've run a lot of Sanctums. Here's a lot of relics I've gotten. Here's my relic locker with a lot of sanctified relics. These are the good ones I have found. And I've done 5-to-1 recipes probably about 5 or 4 times. I can't remember exactly, but point is, I've run a lot of Sanctum. I've done it with this strategy. I'm just putting this in the video to say, hey, I somewhat know what I'm talking about when it comes to farming Sanctums. Anyways, take care, Exiles. Peace out.